Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Rapid Chess here, and this is another match of Firouzja. Apparently, this is going to be a Firouzja tournament, for me at least. And I wanted to show you a different game. Dubov won against Wojtaszek. He sacrificed a pawn in the opening, and then I don't know, kind of. Wojtaszek couldn't move his pieces, and he got stalemated and lost with missed. Just took a poison pawn with no time on his clock and lost queen basically. So, but I'm going to show you again Firouzja match because he just made an excellent win and made a couple of moves which I never seen in my life, and I've seen a lot of chess. So these are the results. Hungary and Azerbaijan drew. Russia won Poland with Dubov's win, and not too much happened, and and France defeated Turkey. So so let's see the game. Firouzja plays white, he plays e4, and I saw that with this win rate he's now like playing kind of like Fischer or Carlsen, let's say, like 15 years ago, beating everybody. d6, and Mustafa goes for Najdorf, which is standard, basically not too many options for black to play. You have to go either for Ruy Lopez or for this Najdorf, and in Sicilian really hard to, fight e5. I think e6 is also an option for black here. At e5 is a fine move. So this is a so-called English attack. It's not that popular. I think Firouzja have played it because his opponent is not that strong, and just not that just one-time opening. Actually, this variation against Najdorf is advised by Alexander Kaufman. For me, for those who want to really learn some openings, yeah, I advise his books on openings. It's I think by far the best there is, and they are also like in computer format. Knight d7. You want to move your bishop, your knight, because knight c6 is. I can't explain right now, but it's like from different opera, yeah, to play knight c6, and so these pieces don't coordinate. Knight d7, bishop e7. This is what we see in the Najdorf all the time, what black does. And when I was like 1800 player, I just was very surprised that these pieces actually work, yeah, but they are actually very well coordinated. One problem is this bishop. If white is manages to play, basically white's play is against this bishop, so they don't allow it to develop. h3, a bit strange looking move, never saw it. f3 is much more common, but as long as this pawn is protected, so you cannot jump with the knight, but probably white wants to save a tempo with g4 and then f4 probably at some point, and not to lose f3 and f4, b5, g4. Rook c8. So at this point black was out of his prep. A lot of options here. Castles is the most obvious. Before looks a bit premature. You want to, develop your pieces better, but castling, I think, not that obligatory in this kind of position, because the position is like semi-closed. knight b6, g5, and knight to h5. So this is a standard move for Najdorf. When you move you attacked on g5 and you move your knight to h5. So then it can go to f4, and it can be followed by f5, let's say, yeah, because if white takes, then bishop takes, and then after, okay, let me show, let's make like a useful move. For instance, here, takes, like this way, and if we play, for instance, here, yeah, and takes, and so black achieved this very powerful bishop on f6. So that's why black can play this knight to h5, but obviously you remove defender from d5, which is important, and this piece here doesn't create a lot of threats. But the important thing is that this pawn on f2 actually takes away this g3 square, because on h5 normally you can jump to g3 with fork, and with this f2 it's you cannot do that. So that's important nuance, I think. Knight c4, so this knight made his job. Firouzja takes it, and rook takes. According to engine, pawn takes is a bit better, but obviously this when you play the rook c8, you don't want to play pawn takes here, because then your move looks stupid. Yeah, for those reasons you prefer to take with the rook and pretend that it's a good move. Knight d5, and black took it. Couldn't find there is no better option. There was this Firouzja took with the queen, but pawn takes is also good. For instance, castles and knight a5 attacking rook c7, and knight c6, and then rook c8 probably. And knight c6, yeah, this knight is extremely annoying, so I think, so this position is much better for white, so he could take with the pawn. But he took with the queen, queen c7, knight back, and rook c1. So let's take the pawn first, and then rook c1, because if we take, it's check, yeah, and you see that black hasn't castled yet, and they cannot play queen d8 because of the rook c8 winning the queen. So he played the right move. Rook c8, c3, and notice that this pawn is not playing. Yeah, you don't really want to play knight f4, I guess, because this bishop still cannot move to f6, and for some strange reason black didn't consider f5. f5 is not possible because it's pinned, but anyways, g6, normal move, I guess, and rook c1. So in this point it started magic, yeah, because I think white can consider c4 at some point, exchange pieces, and play for the very good endgame. Mustafa played a5, and should I play with black? I think I'd say that their position is about equal, because they have a lot of active pieces, and these pieces don't look very dangerous to me. So, I mean, this queen is good. Of course, white should have some advantage, but not that much. And Firouzja played before. The idea is to exchange probably on the c file, takes, and queen queen a7. Yeah, queen a7 is not possible. Queen d7, for instance, knight b3. Yeah, knight goes to a5, and white controls the c file, and all important squares you cannot go with the rook because queen is here. So this is a better position for white. Rook c8, attacking the pawn, and another brilliant move, a4. Actually, I never seen white play like this. Yeah, you just don't. I mean, it's not. I don't know how to say. You just don't consider this move. How can you play a4? You have the a4, for instance. You can take the pawn. Yeah, which is more logical. Yeah. But Firouzja, with these crazy ideas, it just makes these opponents, they just don't understand what's going on. a4. And Angel said that it's a blunder, he should have taken this, but it's not that obvious absolutely that after b5 he has to see, I think, a lot of moves, only queen b8, because this notice that this rook has nowhere to go, so you have to pin the pawn. White goes a3 here, and rook c5, and it's somehow this black is holding. Yeah, but if you take, it's knight to f4, intermediate move, and knight goes somewhere here. Yeah, and then black is maybe holds. Yeah, but it's impossible to see this kind of variation. So so he took here, which is more human, I guess. And Firouzja played queen takes c6. So this is why he wanted to double these rooks to to either to get two rooks against queen, and queen here, it looks very hopeless to me. So if you play like this way, then Angel says that it's just hopeless for black. Yeah, because this pawn matches, and this bishop and knight are just off the board, and queen has nowhere to infiltrate. All pieces are set, defend each other. Yeah, so just hopeless. So he took here and played rook b8. Angel suggests that taking was good, but I don't know, he has to take probably b5, and just b6, b7, rook bishop a7, winning the piece, and black has no counterplay. So he played b8, a5, and this is more or less over. A6, 7, took the pawn, and the problem is that there is no way black can attack this pawn. Yeah, you cannot play bishop here. This knight is misplaced, and it cannot go really to c6 because it will be pinned and so on. And in this position, black resigned. Yeah, because white just takes everything, and they play. And these pieces, they are just harassed all the time, and so excellent win. This maneuver response was will be praised, I think, and will be remembered. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.